So Roseanne Barr is at it again. She's absolutely off her rocker. And MAGA is sharing these clips right and left. And they're saying, tell him, Roseanne. Get him, Roseanne. Roseanne don't care. She'll tell it like it is. And these are the same people when Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris, they said, celebrities should stay out of politics. Now, don't let celebrities influence your vote, okay? Don't let celebrities influence your vote. Think long and hard before you make this decision. Don't listen to celebrities. They're just celebrities. They're just musicians. They're just entertainers. They don't know nothing about anything. No self-awareness whatsoever. The leader of their movement is a guy who was a host of a show called Celebrity Apprentice. No self awareness from these people whatsoever. And their glaring hypocrisy is so blatant and in your face that it's truly laughable. Because the same people sharing, don't listen to Taylor Swift, are the same people that shared this ridiculous video and said, go get her, Roseanne, just tell it like it is. This is why that no one should ever take MAGA seriously or anyone who entertains the idea of Donald Trump. Let's watch this ridiculous clip together. It's painful to watch, but it's also pretty damn funny, really.
They overthrew the constitutional republic of the United States of America. And then they covered it up with their January 6th bullshit.
Look at this douchebag laughing.
With their insurrection.
Yeah. When they say that celebrities should stay out of things, it's Taylor Swift. And when they say celebrities should get involved, it's Roseanne Barr. So that's the kind of people we're up against in November, is the type of people who would discredit someone who's an artist, a singer, a songwriter, an entertainer. They would completely disregard that, and they would get behind this mediocre comedian. And that's what she is, okay? Let's be realistic. Let's just be fair. She is not on the level of like a Lucille Ball, okay? She never has been, never would be. The reason she's still relevant today is because she echoes that kind of crap. She is the Ted Nugent of comedians, okay? Ted Nugent's a good guitar player. Yeah, he is, but there's guitar players out there that can play circles around him, and the only reason he's still relevant is because he's out there saying this kind of crap. But those right there, the reason I wanted to show you that clip is because that is the kind of people that MAGA embraces and says should keep talking. They want everyone else to shut up, but they want to sit and pump their fist. And Tucker Carlson sitting there just laughing along with this. You know why? Because he realizes that this crap sells to people. I think that, yes, Tucker Carlson appears to be and comes off like a total moron, but I also think he's a guy who knows his crowd and knows how to grift and realizes there's an audience for it. And he's sitting back laughing at that. And the people are cheering, and they don't care that she's out there riling up this group of people. They don't care. As long as she continues to do so, and as long as she's getting them votes, they do not care to turn the microphone over to someone like that. But one thing I want to talk about when it comes to Roseanne Barr is a talking point that I hear from a lot of people, and I hear this talking point a lot from my fellow content creators on the left, and that is that Roseanne Barr is mentally ill and she needs help, or that she is an alcoholic and she needs help. I don't know what her mental status is really, or whether or not she's an alcoholic. I have no idea. If she does need help, then I really hope that she gets it. And I hope that I wish her well in her recovery if that's what needs to happen. But I think it's really a slap in the face to people who have battled mental illness to call her mentally ill. Because I have definitely battled depression for most of my life. I have been hospitalized for my depression. I still battle it to this very day. As a matter of fact, if I'm just being brutally honest with you guys, as stressful as it can be talking about this stuff every day, day in and day out, at the same time, it's actually therapeutic for me. It's actually me sitting down. I mean, you guys are my therapist. I don't go to therapy, so I just sit down in this chair and I talk and I try to reason things and work things out. And I know so many people who who battles depression and anxiety and battles mental illness every day of their life. And they're not out there spreading bullshit conspiracy theories, and they're not out there getting a hateful bunch of people riled up. I think Roseanne, my opinion is she's a grifter, just like Tucker, just like Trump. They looked over and they saw what Donald Trump was doing was working. And they said, hey, it's working. There's people gullible enough to buy this. So let's all latch onto this and push it to the moon. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's mental illness until I know for sure, because I really think it's a slap in the face to people who truly have battled depression. That's the type of people, though, that MAGA is okay with giving a microphone to. That's the type of people that they're okay with amplifying their voice, because they deal in rage and they deal in chaos. And the more rage and chaos they can create, then the further it goes with their base. Trump supporters, they identify with Trump. He empowers them and he gives them an identity. And my question for them would be this: who were you guys before 2016? Because they weren't in the political arena. They weren't talking about things. They weren't even aware of how things worked. That's why when Trump went into the White House thinking he could run it like Celebrity Apprentice, they all just went along with it. They thought that that's how it was because they had sat there on a steady diet of reality shows, and he was a reality show host. They sat there on a steady diet of that crap, not knowing how the system worked, and then along he came and empowered them to be who they are. But who were they before this? What was their identity? Who were they? What value did they have? They didn't. He's the one that gave them that value. He's the one that gave them that voice. He's the one that empowered them to make them feel this way. And so whether it's him out there on the campaign trail ranting on about Hannibal Lecter, or ranting on about, windmills giving someone cancer, or whatever crazy thing he's saying that day, or whether it's Roseanne pumping her fist and yelling, they're both celebrities. But they don't care that those celebrities are voicing those things, because that's things they have bought into. And when they want to talk about, well, you shouldn't let celebrities influence your political opinion. Okay. For the most part, when I watch celebrities on the left talking politics, which a lot of times I don't even really consider it to be politics, and I'll explain what I mean by that. A lot of times what I see from people on the left is them standing up saying, hey, you know what? We should take care of each other. We should all have health care. And we should all have equal rights in this country. We should all have a fighting chance. We should all have a fair hand to play in this world. We should all lift each other up and not put each other down. That's what I hear celebrities on the left say. And meanwhile, celebrities on the right is screaming bullshit like that into a bullhorn. That's what I hear from their side, is nothing but hate and cruelty and conspiracy theories. That's all I hear from them. So if you're going to make the argument that, well, celebrities should stay out of it, you're saying that celebrities who are for peace, love, harmony, and everybody having a fair shot in the world, and everybody being taken care of, and everybody having a voice, and democracy being saved and restored, you think those people should stay quiet, and Looney Tune over here should just let it rip. And that tells us everything we need to know about you and the kind of person you are and the kind of stuff that you're willing to accept. That's why that we should stay fired up and ready to vote in November. I have repeated this talking point ever since I heard Denver Riggleman say it on my podcast. He said a stupid vote counts the same as a smart vote, and I've never forgot that. The stupid people sitting there entertaining and laughing along with Roseanne Barr is okay with her talking, and they're fired up and ready to vote. And they would love for Donald Trump to be the president with no guardrails. They would love for him to treat it like a reality show. And that's why reasonable people have to stand up and vote this insanity out the door. That's why. But folks, I truly want to thank you guys so much for tuning in every day and supporting what it is that I do. The MAGA is nothing but WWE. It's nothing but political theater. And we just have to keep calling it out as such. I've had so many people, though, in the comment section. Anytime I make a video wearing this shirt, I get more comments on this shirt. Who is Beautiful Bobby? What the hell is that? Well, Beautiful Bobby Eaton is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. He was in a tag team back in the day called the Midnight Express, first with Dennis Condrey, then with Stan Lane. They were managed by my all-time favorite manager, Jim Cornette, who has a great podcast, by the way, the Drive-Thru and Jim Cornette Experience. I listen to both of them all the time. And that type of theater has always been something that I've watched from the time I was a kid. I thought Beautiful Bobby in the ring was better than any of them. And that's something that I would pay money to go see. That's a spectacle that I would like to see and have always enjoyed watching. But I don't want that type of rhetoric to be what drives um, my political leaders. I don't want people in places of power. I do not want those people to be making decisions based for the rest of us. I don't want that. So that's who that is. Look up his matches if you're a wrestling fan on YouTube. He had some of the best, had the greatest top rope leg drop of all time. But I will tune in and watch that spectacle, but I don't want that spectacle to be making decisions for the rest of us. So again, I thank you guys so much for supporting what it is that I do. If you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't already, be sure to go over and check us out on Patreon. I've got it linked in the description of this video. I'm actually going to be going into the studio today to work on some new music, and I always take my patrons along for the ride. So if a lot of you are going, man, I never hear you play music anymore, you're just talking politics, you should shut up and sing. Well, you can come over and watch me sing if you'll open your mind. So anyway, I appreciate you guys for listening. Thank y'all so much, and I hope you have a great week.